Hi FlossTube friends, this is Tina Frazier coming to you from Columbus, Ohio. Today is Monday, September 1st, 2025 at approximately 4:45 p.m. Eastern Time. Coming to you today on a federal U.S. holiday for Labor Day. Today is a special day of festivities held in honor of working people. It's held both in the U.S. and Canada on the first Monday in September and also in other countries on May 1st. So happy Labor Day to everybody. I am coming to you today on a very beautiful, sunny, nice, and not cool, but not hot, breezy kind of afternoon in Central Ohio. And I'm coming to you on this special day for a FlossTube update. This FlossTube is episode number 195. I just got done filming the Camp Gotta Stitch wrap-up that I'm in the process of getting ready to upload and edit as soon as I'm done recording this video. So hopefully you will see both videos tonight. I'm coming to you today with a FlossTube update. If you're new to my channel, thank you very much for stopping by. I always like meeting new friends, and I really take everybody that comes to watch my channel as friends. So thank you very much for stopping by. Hopefully you'll find something here on this channel that will intrigue you, encourage you, or enable you to try something new, to stitch, or to just hang out and have fun, have something to listen to as you go about your daily activities, or just something that play in the background as you do other things. So thank you very much for stopping by. If you're a returning watcher, thank you very much. Friends are friends, and I'm really glad to spend time with you here today on this lovely, lovely day. Thank you so much for stopping by. And if you're a returning subscriber, thank you. Good friends are always great to spend time with, and I'm really glad you're here. So thank you for stopping by. If you haven't already considered it, I would like you to please consider hitting the subscription button below and also click that notification bell so you'll be notified when I upload new content. I've been trying to get things uploaded about every month or so, mostly about cross stitch, but not necessarily. I also include other information about other crafts that I do. I'll be doing a diamond painting video here for you later, and also talk about some other stuff going on in my life. So if you click the notification bell, you will definitely be notified when I do upload new content to my channel. So thank you very much for stopping by. Look forward to spending time with you today on this beautiful, beautiful Labor Day Monday in Central Ohio. So thank you very much for stopping by. Today's video is going to be a welcome to It's Almost Fall video here on my YouTube channel. I'm going to talk to you a little bit about August stitching wrap-up. I'm going to show you, I don't necessarily know that I have haul per se because I just took care of most of my haul in the Camp Gotta Stitch video, so be on the lookout for that if you haven't watched that yet. I would encourage you to go watch that and see some of the haul I got. If other than that, don't really have a whole lot. I'm also going to talk to you about some plans, and I do have some interesting things for you to kind of talk about, including some cross stitch finishing and a couple other little side segments that I'm considering adding to my channel. So if you'd like to kind of chime in, I would appreciate your help and your assistance in that. So please just let me know when the time comes and I ask for it. Please let me know if you'd like me to, if you have some input that you can share with me. I'd really appreciate it. So thank you very much for stopping by today. All right, so we had camp last weekend. The local needlework shop here in Columbus, Cross My Heart Limited, holds an annual stitching retreat in Amish country, the heart of Amish country here in Ohio, up in Berlin, Ohio. And Camp Gotta Stitch, which is the name of their stitching retreat, Camp Gotta Stitch was held last weekend in Berlin. So Mom and I packed up our stuff and we went out to Berlin. We had a great weekend of just relaxing and stitching and eating and just hanging out with some dear friends that we've met over the last several years of retreats that we've been going to. A lot of the same people come to this retreat. It's a smaller retreat. There was only about 36 of us there this go around, so it was a really nice kind of cozy little retreat. It was a lot of fun, and we had a blast. So thank you for coming along with me on my journey and my Camp Got a Stitch wrap up video. Thank you so much. Hopefully you got some inspiration there. And if you haven't been to retreat before, retreats are kind of fun. You can go to small retreats. You can go to big retreats. I attended StitchCon 2022. StitchCon is a huge, massive cross-stitch retreat held by Keepsakes Cross Stitch in Sharonville, Ohio. It's held at the Sharonville Convention Center down near the Cincinnati area in Ohio. Keepsakes Cross Stitch is the cross-stitch store that is run by Barbara. And if you watch Pam and Steph here on YouTube from Just Keep Stitching, Stephanie works at Keepsakes and does a lot of their web and internet kind of sales and stuff like that. She also helps them put on Keepsakes Retreat StitchCon. So Keepsakes, Barbara got the big idea that she wanted to create a retreat where people would come and meet FlossTubers just like me, people that create content on YouTube. So it's where FlossTubers and their fans can meet and mingle for a weekend. Well, it got to be so big that they have 2 back-to-back retreat weekends. Each weekend is plumb sold out almost every year. 300 stitchers come every weekend each year. So they have a total of over 600 stitchers stitching away for the weekend down in Sharonville, Ohio. It's a great time, but it's 300 stitchers. It's a huge retreat every week, each weekend. So there's a total of like 600 stitchers. If you can imagine being in a room with like 300 other people stitching and talking and hanging out all weekend, it's a great time. But I honestly kind of like the feel of smaller retreats better because you get to talk to a little bit more people. You get to, you form friendships with a lot more people, more close friendships. A lot of the people that were at Camp Got a Stitch this last weekend, we've seen at other local Ohio retreats before. And you get to know the people, and you get to, it's almost like coming back for a little mini family reunions throughout the year. It's kind of really nice. But at Camp Got a Stitch, there was only about 36 people, so that was really nice. We had a great time. So there's another Facebook group that my mom and I are members of. It's the Western PA, Pennsylvania, Eastern Ohio Facebook group. I will put the link to the Facebook group down below. But they host a couple of different retreats up towards Northeast Ohio, like the Youngstown area and Western Pennsylvania. Every year. So they host one up in Youngstown in the spring and one in the fall. And then they host one in Western Pennsylvania as well. The last one was in California, Pennsylvania. So anyway, the hotel that Mom and I have been going to the spring and fall retreats for the last 2 years up there. We went to the fall retreat 2 years ago, last year's spring and fall retreat, and this year's spring retreat. So we've been there 4 times so far up at the same hotel up in the Youngstown, Niles, Warren area. We really like it. It's really small. They only take about 40 people for the weekend, and you stay at the hotel. You get a really, really good deal at the hotel. The nice thing about that retreat, the hotel is separate, but the nice thing about that retreat is you're only paying your share of the cost of the rental of the stitching room. So the retreat costs about $20 to $25 total. And then of course your hotel and your food is all on your own. But the hotel has a nice little room block, and they give a really generous discount to the stitchers that stay there for the weekend. So it turns out to be roughly about $120 to $130 a night to stay there, which is really cheap. And it's a Friday through Sunday retreat. So Mom and I have been going to that. Well, the hotel that the retreat up there is at is now currently under renovation. So all the renovation materials for their complete overhaul of their hotel is being stored in the room that we normally use for stitching. So we were unable, after May of this year, they were shutting down a good portion of their hotel to start the renovations on the top floor. I think there's either 3 or 4 floors at this hotel. It's not a super big hotel. It's a Holiday Inn Express, but it's not a super big hotel. But they were starting renovations at the hotel, and all their construction materials were going to be stored in the stitching room. So we were not going to be able to utilize that same hotel for the fall stitching retreat. The lady that organizes the retreat, that works with the hotel, that has the connection with the hotel, she was unable to find another hotel offering the same sort of not really setup, but the same sort of accommodations that the hotel has been offering us for use of their facility to host the retreat. And so she wasn't going to have the fall retreat. Well, she announced a couple months ago that they found a hotel in Wheeling, West Virginia, which is just over a 2-hour drive east of Columbus. They found a hotel in Wheeling, West Virginia that was willing to give us kind of the same sort of type of arrangement for the stitching room. We had to obviously reserve several, a certain amount of hotel rooms in order for the event to take place. But she could only accept like 36 people, something like that, 28 or 36 people for the retreat. And so didn't sign up, and she had announced at one point that she only had one opening left. And Mom was kind of bummed out because we weren't going to have another retreat after Camp Got a Stitch like we normally do, because this retreat up in Youngstown normally happens the first weekend in October. And so we were looking forward to possibly one more retreat. Well, it wasn't going to happen as far as we knew. When I found out it was going to happen and it was happening in Wheeling, I was like, well, I just don't know if, I want to go to Wheeling, West Virginia. I haven't been to Wheeling, West Virginia. I've been to other parts of West Virginia. I just haven't been to Wheeling. And I know how to get there. Real easy drive here from Columbus, straight on 70 east from Columbus. It's all highway driving, so it's, really, really quick, really straightforward driving. I just had never been to Wheeling. And so I didn't jump on the chance to get on the list to reserve a hotel room. Well, anyway, when I found out there was only one spot left, I private messaged the lady that organizes these retreats for the Facebook group. And I said, if you have a cancellation at some point, please let me know. Mom and I would be interested in going to this retreat now. Please let me know if you have a cancellation, and we will take the leftover spots. So Saturday at Camp Got a Stitch, I was sitting there, and I got a private message on Facebook from Debbie, the lady that organizes these retreats, and she said, I've had a cancellation. Would you like me to reserve the 2 spots for you and your mom? So I reached out to my husband. I said, are we doing anything the first weekend in October? He said no. I was like, should I kind of surprise Mom and tell her that we are taking the last 2 spots for the Wheeling, West Virginia fall stitch-in retreat? He's like, sure. So I went ahead and reserved our spot, got the registration fee paid, and I also got the hotel room. So Mom and I will be attending the fall stitch-in in Wheeling, West Virginia, the first weekend in October. So we'll be going on another retreat. So that's some good plans for us. I shared it with Mom on Sunday afternoon. I said, Mom, guess what? I have a surprise for you. She's like, what? I was like, did you like this retreat? She goes, yeah, I liked it. I was like, are you kind of bummed about not going to another one? She goes, yeah, I was kind of hoping we would. I was like, well, guess what? We're going to another one. And she got excited. So Mom and I are going to the fall stitch-in retreat in Wheeling, West Virginia for the Western PA, Eastern Ohio stitching group. So if you're interested, I will put the information to that group down below. And if you're interested in finding out more about the groups, the group also does some stitching challenges, so you can join in on those if you so prefer. But yeah, it's a nice group of stitchers, and we all meet each other at these retreats and just kind of hang out and have fun. So that is one of the plans for August, and I'm gonna have to take a little bit of a break here. I will be right back. Thanks. Hey everybody, I'm back. I just had to take a really quick little break and go see what the Amazon delivery guy brought, and he brought something really great. So I get to share that on my videos. So you'll get to see that very, very soon. So was talking about going to the retreat. Mama and I are looking forward to going to the retreat in October. So yeah, we'll be probably doing a wrap-up video, and I'll be showing you more information about the hotel and everything that we're at in Wheeling, West Virginia, and about our whole trip. So that'll be exciting and fun. Other than that, I really don't know what's going on. So today starts a new month of stitching stuff. So I have things to share with you. And what did I do with it? Oh, it's underneath my book here. So new month of stitching stuff to share with you, which also means I have some statistics from August to share with you. August was a not so busy stitching month for me. I ended up not stitching a whole lot. I only stitched 5 days for the month of August, and 3 of those were retreat days. So I only stitched 2 days other than retreat days in the month of August. So August wasn't a very busy stitchy month for me. Had a lot of open days, as you can see on my little tracking sheet here. So August is the month here in the middle. So I have no stitching days in the beginning. Then I have all these, like almost 2 full weeks of no stitching until we get to the weeks in brown, or the days in brown. That was the retreat day. I had Friday and Monday off around the retreat. And then I also did not stitch this entire week after the retreat. So I have not been stitching. I have not been stitching a lot. So as I said, there were 5 stitching days in the month of August. I stitched 768 stitches. Of those 768 stitches, only 159 of those stitches were not retreat stitches. So I stitched about 610 stitches at retreat last weekend. So 600 stitches over the course of the weekend was pretty good, including a finish. I did have the finish from that retreat. I finished the Prairie Schooler Santa that my friend Melanie Pratt had finished. So I do have a retreat finish. This is the Prairie Schooler Santa that I had finished. Melanie, when she was alive, she had stitched pretty much most of the Santa. I had to fill in the green dots in the fur of the coat. I had to do the boots. I had to do this entire green here all the way across, and down the side. I had to do the bag with the little dolly and the candy cane in it. I had to finish his face. I had to add the little palm on his hat and the holly, the little holly sprig. But this is the Prairie Schooler Santa that Melanie Pratt had started to stitch. My friend Melanie passed away in March. I had obtained quite a few of her whips, took them to camp with me last weekend, because Melanie's whole goal with having knee surgery after camp last year was to walk into camp this year. And unfortunately, she never got to walk into camp. So I took a lot of Melanie's pieces with me last weekend so I could take Melanie to camp and stitch for Melanie while I was there the entire weekend. So this was a finish that I had at camp last weekend. If you watched a recent video of mine, I talked about this board that I picked up. This is a felt covered board that I picked up at the Dollar Tree. This is $1.25 tree. Their prices are going up. They're starting to raise prices here in Columbus, but this is just a felt board. They have these in hexagons. They have these in hexagons. and they have them in squares. I also have a square one. I picked these up a couple weeks ago. So here's the square one for project boards for showing stitching. So anyway, finish for August. The piece that I worked on the least for the month of August was Autumn Drinks by Shannon Christine Designs. So this is Autumn Drinks. This is the one that I was working on using the banding that I got at Camp Got a Stitch last year from Susan Greening Davis. Where I was stitching on, I stitched the middle part of this middle thing. This is an autumn banding that I got from Susan Greening Davis again. And it's got little, you can see the sparklies, the metallic threads, and they're just autumn leaves. So the banding that I picked up at Camp Got a Stitch this year is a piece of banding that I am hoping to use for summer drinks, also by Shannon Christine Designs. Bear with me just a minute. So sorry about that. I was looking for summer drinks. So this is Summer Drinks by Shannon Christine Designs. At Camp Got a Stitch this last weekend, I had picked up some more banding to stitch summer drinks on from Susan Greening Davis. So this is the banding that I got for summer drinks. You're not going to see the green really well on this, and that looks super washed out, and I'm sorry, but there you go. There's summer drinks. And I'm going to be stitching this on this green banding to kind of match the autumn banding for autumn drinks. And I'm hoping to eventually, if they come out with the winter drinks, so this is the autumn banding for autumn drinks. If they come out with spring and winter, also I'm hoping to get more banding to do them all on the banding. So that is what I have, summer drinks and the banding. But anyway, I stitched 159 stitches on this particular pattern. I have this in my Autumn Drinks project bag. This is a Black Cat X Stitchery project bag. Put that in there and put the pattern. But this is Autumn Drinks by Shannon Christine Designs. So I'm hoping to get more working on this. One of my goals for August is, or September rather, is to work on fall projects and get some more fall projects done. So that will be fun. Looking forward to that. All right. The next piece that I worked on this month was the Prairie Schooler Santa, and then I also worked on the Little House Needleworks home. I love this home piece that Melanie had stitched on. I don't have it readily available to show you here, but you can see that in my Camp Got a Stitch thing. So some of the other things I'm planning on working on for September. This was one of Melanie's project bags. It's an Aurora Borealis bag, and in here I have two of the Mill Hill kits that Melanie had in her stash that I took and started working on. So I had started this Mill Hill pumpkin, the autumn pumpkin, before. I'm going to be working on this a little bit more. This is where I had got to on the autumn pumpkin. So you can see it's the swirl down at the bottom and some of the purples. So that is where I got to last I stitched on it. So I will be working on that this fall as well as trying to finish up more of Melanie's pieces. I am also I went through last night I also am going to be hopefully maybe working on this painted pumpkin Mill Hill kit as well. These were a couple of Melanie's pieces that she had that she never got to stitch. So I will be working on those as part of my plans for for September this month. All right, so I put 297 stitches in the Prairie Schooler Santa and 312 stitches in the Little House Needleworks I Love This Home pattern. Both of those were Melanie Pratt's stitches. Haven't finished I Love This Home one yet, but I also plan on finishing that for the month of September. Also, for September, I've got lots of stuff planned. Lots of stuff planned. That is August stitching. I am in the Magazine Monthly Challenge group, hosted by Carolyn Zook from C Zook Stitch here on YouTube. She has a Facebook group called the Magazine Monthly Challenge group. She started the group a couple of years back. The premise of the group, I have my Snoopy jumping into fall leaves mug. I am sipping on some pumpkin spice coffee with some s'mores coffee syrup and some pumpkin spice. No, this is actually Mom's coffee. Mom makes regular coffee in the morning. This is still my morning coffee. I have a mug warmer pretty much in every room that I sit in this house. So I have like 4 mug warmers, one in the living room, one here in the craft room, one by my stitching room, and one downstairs next to my working desk and gaming desk. So have mug warmers. I like to keep it hot. This is still really hot. This is my coffee from this morning. I took a cup of coffee from Mom's Coffee and added pumpkin spice creamer because I like pumpkin spice. Pumpkin spice season is upon us. And also I added some thin Mateo syrup in the s'mores flavor to sweeten it up, and some extra coffee to make it a little stronger because Mom's coffee is a little weak for me. And I've been keeping it, this mug has a nice little top on it that kind of keeps the heat in, so it's nice and hot. I've been sipping on the coffee. And anyway, just a little side note there. So it's I like pumpkin spice stuff, you guys. I'm a pumpkin spice person, so let it all come out, which makes this pattern perfect for me this time of year. Autumn drinks. Look at all the pumpkin everything, you guys. Pumpkin everything. So that's just right up my alley. I'm going to be stitching a lot on that this month, I think. So that'll be fun. Fun. All right. So speaking of Magazine Monthly Challenge group, so Carolyn Zook started the Magazine Monthly Challenge group under the premise that everybody does a lot of stitching, and there's a lot of people out there that do a lot of stitching from magazines. A lot of cross-stitch magazines exist in the world, and a lot of people have patterns that they stitch out of magazines. But there really are no Facebook challenge groups or Facebook groups in general that focus on magazine stitching, any projects that you get out of magazines. So Carolyn decided that she would start a magazine cross-stitch challenge group. So people that stitch projects out of magazines have someplace to go besides the Just Cross-Stitch Ornament challenge group, where they stitch ornaments out of the Just Cross-Stitch Ornament issue magazine every month. And you can focus on your magazine stitching, get some of your magazine stitching done. So every month she comes up with a theme and an acrostic for everybody to stitch for. In January, she does what's called Brringo, B-R-R-R-I-N-G-O. And then in September every year, she does what's called A-B-Singo. So Brringo is where you take 25 projects, you assign them a square on a bingo board you assign them a square on a typical bingo board, a 5x5 bingo board, and once a day for the first 25 days of the month, she'll randomly draw a number and you stitch on that project for 100 stitches. You can put whatever piece in there. You can put a prompt in there. You can put a color in there. You can do whatever you want. I'm going to go ahead and close this window. Down, down. Down, Mousy. That way. Sorry about that, you guys. But that way the the weed eater sound is not as loud. You can still hear it, but it's not nearly as loud. Anyway, so you assign a project to a bingo square, and then when she calls that number, you stitch on that bingo square or that project for that day for whatever stitch count you have. So for the month of September, she's doing AB Singo. So at the top of your bingo board, you have AB Singo. This time she's doing it a little different. She has the letters 1 through 20, A through Z, so numbers 1 through 26, and she also included numbers 1 through 9. So A through Z, you assign a project, whatever it be, you assign a project to each letter, and then you assign some other thing to numbers 1 through 9. So sorry, my hair's just a little out of place now. But anyway, so you assign projects to your AB Singo, and then you randomly put those numbers and letters on your bingo board. So I will be participating in AB Singo. The first letter that was called today is letter L, I do believe. Anyway, so today's letter was called last night. She calls the letters for the next day the night before. So today's letter's already been called. I do believe it was letter L. So my letter L is jack-o'-lantern. So I'll be working on those projects. I chose projects from my WIPGO board. So I will be doing WIPGO. Here is my WIPGO board for 2025. I don't have the I do have the September projects on here, but I don't have them circled. So September's WIPGO squares are square 14, which is right here. This is a 40 count project. I still haven't selected that yet. And also, where's the other one? Oh, square number 18. Draw a Black Needle Society card and prompt card and stitch the prompt. I'm gonna have to go downstairs here in a little bit and stitch and get that. Let me go do that right now. I'm back. So how not to do your videos. Tip number 1, always be prepared with everything you need to do your videos all around you in the location where you're doing your video, so you don't have to keep pausing and then going back. You didn't necessarily see how long I was gone, but I'm a little winded from going downstairs and coming back up to grab my Black Needle Society Stitching Challenge deck cards. So those of you that have been in the online cross-stitch community for a while are probably familiar with the Black Needle Society. The Black Needle Society is a mother-daughter pair who have curated a bunch of what they call retreat in a box boxes for everybody, and they have a subscription stitching box that comes out monthly or quarterly or whatever. Anyway, you can sign up to get on their stitching retreat boxes, and you get a nice box of curated items sent to you if you're lucky enough to be in their subscription. They are on a wait list. So anyway, they had a box a couple of years ago that had the Stitching Challenge deck cards in it. And on their vault, they have a vault where you can order overstock of some of this stuff from a retreat box. So they had these Stitching Challenge deck cards. There's 52 cards in here. Each card has a prompt on it. So we're going to go ahead and pick the card for my September square 18, which is draw a BNS prompt card and stitch the prompt. So I am shuffling the cards for you. So Yeah, I'm shuffling the cards and we will pick it. They also have one that is based on Harry Potter Hogwarts. They have a deck based on that. It's called the Stitching Challenges Inspired by the Wizarding World, the Proclamation Educational Decree deck. So they have one based on the Harry Potter thing. I won't be using that just yet. I'm not a super Harry Potter fan. I haven't read any of the books, and I don't support the author. So just because of, if you watched any of my other videos, you probably know why. Anyway, so we have the deck. The deck is shuffled, and I'm going to go ahead and cut the deck for you. So we're going to cut the deck, and then we're going to pick the top card. So we have the BNS Stitching Challenge deck card. So this one says, stitch on a piece designed by someone under 12 years old. Okay. That's going to be an interesting piece to stitch for. I don't know who that's going to be. Stitch on a piece designed by someone under 12 years old. All right. So I'm going to take a picture of that. There's my phone. I'm going to take a picture of that. I'm going to post it in the Magazine Monthly Challenge Facebook group and see if anybody can help me figure this out. All right, take a picture. Okay. We now have the official picture of my prompt for this. Stitch on a piece designed by someone under 12 years old. If any of you have any ideas of what kind of piece I can get for that, please let me know. I'd be more than happy to look them up and see if I can find something that interests me. I don't know who designs cross stitch patterns that are, you know, that the designer happens to be under 12 years old or not. So any help that you can provide would be great. But anyway, on my WIPGO, so there are my 2 WIPGOs for September. I have a 40 count project. So all the squares that are not colored in, there's a couple of squares I haven't colored in that I finished, but I have not gotten a bingo. I'm nowhere close to getting a bingo on my WIPGO board. So I have a lot of catching up to do. So my AB Singo for Magazine Monthly Challenge group is a lot of my WIPGO pieces that I put on here 2 or 3 times a piece to try and get them going. And my numbers 1 through 9, I kind of made it so all the odd numbers were 50 stitches, all the even numbers were 150 stitches, because for everything else on it, for all the letters, the goal is 100 stitches. So all the odd numbers, I just pick a piece and do an additional 50 stitches on it. For all the even numbers, I'll do 150 stitches on whatever piece is picked. So that is that. Also, to go along with the Magazine Monthly Challenge AB Singo, they do a theme and an acrostic. So September's theme is Saddle Up, and the acrostic is Giddy Up. Again, I used the letters in Giddy Up to pick items from my WIPGO and put the WIPGO in there, and the stitch counts as well. So there is that. I'm also going to be doing, let me move this back over. I'm going to be stitching in Survival of the Stitch Village. I am on the Crossville team. We have stitching challenges every week. We have to do supplies for our village, and also because we are the kind of the bartender, brewers, tavern people, we have to provide stuff to the village. So we have supplies that we have to stitch for, like drinks and supplies to make the drinks and whatnot. And then there's weekend events that happen that we stitch for as well. So I'll be stitching along with that. The Fun with Cross Stitch Facebook group. I'll be putting all these Facebook groups down below for you so you can kind of join in. The Fun with Cross Stitch Facebook group, they have an acrostic that they're doing this year for state capitals. Last month, this month is Columbus. So they're doing Columbus, Ohio. That's kind of interesting. And the acrostic is back to school. So doing the information for that. Western PA, Eastern Ohio, last I checked the group, either late last night when I was putting all my notes together or this morning, had not yet updated their group to include what the next stitching challenge is for that. So I don't have that just yet. Full coverage Fanatics, where you stitch on your full coverage projects. I have a lot of them going on right now. They're doing musicals for the September movie stitching. So you stitch the length of the musicals that they have listed in the Facebook event. And the early part of September, the zodiac stitching is for Virgo. It goes until September 22nd, which is also the autumn equinox or first day of fall. And Libra starts on September 23rd and goes until October 22nd. So they're doing Virgo and Libra this month for the zodiac stitching. For semi-sane stitchers, I'm going to be doing September focus. I have to do 1,000 stitches, increments of 1,000 stitches. I'm hoping to make it either stained glass Hello Kitty or one of my other full coverage projects, because I do those tent stitch and I can kind of whip up the stitching for that pretty fast. Fandom stitching challenges. I am on Team Daleks, and I'll be working on stitching weeklies with them. We have weekly prompts that we work on, so I'll be doing the weekly prompts for that. Pop culture stitching challenges. I will be stitching on their annual event, How Many, which is just counting up how many stitches you do every month, and also doing the acrostic for the month. Last I checked, they haven't announced what the acrostic is for the month of September yet. Magical stitches. I will be doing the monthly stitching prompts for magical stitches. They're reading a series of unfortunate events this year. I was going to read the series of unfortunate events. I got the first book for Christmas, and my husband told me that he tried to read the books and he just couldn't stomach the the subject matter of what the story was about. So he kind of didn't think that I would really enjoy the books either. So he only got me the first book, thinking that if I kind of liked the first book, he'd start getting me the other books to kind of read along with the Facebook challenge group. And I had a hard time getting through that first book. I just couldn't stomach the subject matter of a series of unfortunate events. It's really sad that it's a children's book, but I couldn't stomach the characters. I couldn't stomach the uncle. I couldn't read it. So yeah, I'm not reading the books. I'm stitching the prompts because, you know, the prompts are easy enough to stitch by. But I am stitching the prompts for that. So yeah, we have magical stitches, the September monthly books. I don't know what book they're reading this month because, again, I'm not reading the series with the thing. The group Crafts and Books, their acrostic this month is Wildlife. So Craft and Books also has a monthly reading challenge. We'll get into reading challenges here in a bit, but because that's kind of what I wanted to talk to you about some additional segments that I'm considering adding to my channel that I need to ask for your input on. But anyway, they will be reading this month The Very Secret Society of Irregular Witches, and then they have a stitching acrostic to go with it. Their stitching acrostic this month is Wildlife. So I will be trying to put some of my projects into those letters as well. Cross and Crafts, they're doing a series of challenges. So they have, I think, 2 or 3 book series that they are doing a series of challenges where you stitch the number of words, I believe, in each chapter, and then the number of chapters is something about the number of words or the number of pages or some sort of challenge for you. They have 3 or 4 different book series that you can do. The one that I kind of started was Narnia. So I'm working through Narnia. They have the Chronicles of Narnia. They have the Harry Potter, which I'm not going to do. And also there was another book series that they're doing too that I can't remember, but I technically kind of started with that, and I'm going to see if I can get more stitching on that. Then there's Magic Stitchdom. Magic Stitchdom is a Facebook challenge group where you're building your theme park loosely based on Disney. So every month they pick a movie and you do a character hunt for characters in the movie. So you have to stitch a certain amount in order to find the character and add the characters to your park. And they also do a stitching adventure. So you stitch along kind of to the movie and you follow the flow of the movie and stitch on prompts based on the movie for the month. This month is the Goofy movie. So, yep, it's a Disney movie that I haven't seen. There's a lot of Disney movies I haven't seen that I have to catch up with. And then also they have an annual challenge called Disney Songs. So basically you stitch the length of the Disney song and then you can add it to your, your sound system for your park. And then there's also the free cross stitch challenge. I haven't printed that off just yet, but we got the emails the other day, so I just have to print that off and get that. That is the Stitcho board. It's like another bingo board with prompts. I haven't even looked at it this month to see, but those are everything that I'm doing to stitch this month. I'm hoping to have a better stitchy month. It's going to be cooler. I'm not going to be going out. And my husband and I were hoping to go camping this month. I don't know if we'll make it this month or if it'll be in October, but we are hoping to go camping. My husband and I really like tent camping, and we haven't been tent camping since 2017. Yes, it's been 8 years since we've been tent camping. 2017 was the last time we went. Our favorite place to go is in Southeast Ohio. It's in a state park called Hocking Hills State Park, and they're known for Old Man's Cave and a lot of cave and recesses and hollers and channels and stuff that you can go hike in. A couple of nature preserves and stuff down there, but it's very hilly, very rustic, very secluded. And we like to go to the primitive walk-ins where you park your car in a little gravel parking area and you walk all your camping stuff back to your campsite. It's not really hiking per se, because I think the farthest back in that you will walk your stuff is about a mile. Maybe it's only half a mile and the whole loop is a mile. But they have like 20 some campsites in the walk-in primitive site. We either like to stay at Site 1 or Site 6 because they're the most secluded. Site 1 happens to be right off the parking thing, and you have your own little teeny private little trail back to the campsite. You can't really see anybody in the parking area. They can't see you, but you can hear them, of course. And then Site 6 is the most secluded one. You walk back to the little trail for Site 6, and then you have to walk up the hill. It's quite a hike up a hill to get up to Site 6, but it's at the top of a little hill, and you cannot see or hear anybody else up there. So that is our favorite site down in Hocking Hills. We're hoping to go camping sometime in September. We are looking at potentially going the weekend of the 12th through the 14th or the 19th through the 21st. Lindy Stitches is hosting the Harvest Moon Hangout the weekend of the 19th through the 21st. That is her online virtual retreat. That is a lot like the Jingle Ball that's coming up in December. I've participated in the Jingle Ball the last 2 years, had a blast. I'm going to be doing it again this year. I just participated in her most recent one, the summer one. I think it's the summer one. Anyway, I just participated in that one. Was that last month? I don't remember if that was last month or not. I don't know. Let me see. Was that last month? No, that was before last month. Yeah, that was before last month. Yep. So Harvest Moon Hangout by Lindy Stitches is coming up September 19th through the 21st. You can still get tickets online by going to lindystitches.com and getting your tickets from Stephanie Webb, who is the owner behind Lindy Stitches. She also has a YouTube, so you can follow her on YouTube and under Lindy Stitches, and you can kind of see what's going on. I haven't signed up for the Harvest Moon Hangout, mainly because I don't know if I'm going to do the Harvest Moon Hangout or if I'm just going to wait until the Jingle Ball, because I don't know if we'll be camping that weekend. And if we're camping, I'm not going to be wanting to be on Zoom while we're camping. So yeah, because usually where we go camping at, you know, I get cell service, my husband does not. And yeah, we're not going to have computers. I might take my tablet with me so I can read or maybe stitch. But yeah, I'm not, the whole idea behind tent camping is to go and unplug for the weekend. So anyway, International Hermit and Stitch Weekend is also the 18th through the 21st. So there is that as well. The last roller derby game of the local roller derby league season is the 13th. So if we're in town, I'll be going to that. If not, I will miss that. There is a local cross-stitch meetup group called Columbus Stitch and Bitch. They are having 2 meetups this month at 2 local libraries. So I'm hoping to go to that. The first one is next Saturday. The next one is on the 27th at a couple of local libraries. In Marietta, Ohio, if you guys are looking for something fun to do, starting Friday, this week, starting on Friday, they're hosting the Sternwheeler Festival. The Sternwheeler Festival is sternwheel boats, which are paddle wheel boats, that come up from every location around up the Ohio River to park in Marietta, Ohio for the weekend. They have live bands. Saturday night, they shoot live fireworks off of the Ohio River right in front of downtown Marietta, which used to be right in front of my in-laws' house on the West Virginia side overlooking downtown Marietta. And we used to go down there every week or every year for the Sternwheeler Festival. My in-laws passed in 2018. We sold the house at the end of 2019. And I've been missing the Sternwheeler Festival ever since. It's been tough because I kind of want to go. So maybe next year we'll make the trip down for the Sternwheeler Festival the weekend after Labor Day. But we're missing it this year. That is happening next week. The whole reason why I mentioned the Columbus Stitch and Bitch group with you is because they are having a retreat in November. It's already booked solid. They're having a retreat. They're only taking 16 people for this retreat at a private reserve in Hocking Hills, which is our favorite state park, Hocking Hills State Park here in Ohio. That's where we like to go tent camping. And I signed up for it. I paid my deposit, but I had to back out because Mom and I are going to the Wheeling, West Virginia retreat instead. So that retreat was supposed to happen in November. So I am not going to that retreat any longer, sadly. Partly also because I don't know anybody in the Columbus Stitch and Bitch group, because I've been in the group and I've kind of been posting things and sharing things, but I haven't actually gone to any of the meetups to meet anybody. So I'm going to go to some of the meetups, and hopefully maybe next year I can go to their retreat if they host anymore. So there is that. We're going to see Shonen Knife at the end of the month on the 30th. My husband really likes Shonen Knife. Shonen Knife is a Japanese girl band that travels. They've been around for 30 years, 40 years, something like. They've been around a long time, and he's been following them quite a lot. They're from Japan, and they are doing a tour here in the United States, and we've seen them pretty much every time that they've come to Columbus in the last 10 or 15 years. We've gone to see them. So they're coming back to Columbus on the 30th, and we are going. Dylan has the tickets already. We're going to go see them on the 30th, so that'll be nice. If you're into Japanese, pop, not pop, but Japanese rock bands. Look them up. They're kind of fun. And the singers, a couple of the singers are original members of the band, so they've been with the band forever. And they have some interesting music. I really like them, so they put on a good show. So we're looking forward to seeing them at the end of the month. Have a dentist visit tomorrow, have an eye doctor next Tuesday. I went last Thursday and got squished. The Thursday before Kemp got a stitch, I went and got squished. My mammogram came back clear, so we're all good. Get your mammograms, folks. Early detection is key. Cancer is no joke. And get your mammograms. Get them early and get them often. So yeah, my mammogram came back clean this year, so I'm really, really happy for that. Get squished. That's all I gotta say about that. My grandma died from breast cancer. We've had a couple of friends pass away from breast cancer, and I know way more people than I should that have had breast cancer. So get your boobies checked, and that goes for men too. Get your boobies checked, because it's not just a female issue. Anyway, so off my soapbox. That is really all I have for you guys. Just kind of going through events and challenges. So what I wanted to get into with you here, I need to ask your opinion. So I have the possibility of getting into what is called BookTube. So there is a subset of YouTube called BookTube, where people talk about the books and whatnot that they've been reading, listening to, and reading on Kindle, or whatever e-reader that you happen to use. And it's called BookTube. So they do book reviews, they do read-alongs, they do challenges, they do events. Now is coming up into fall reading, so a lot of them are doing like witchy events and stuff like that, witchy readings and read-alongs and whatnot. They share the books that they read. They talk about the books they read and whether or not they liked them. They show you what they want to read and all kinds of things like that. In the last week, I have watched a couple of booktubers that I am getting into, and my reading list is expanding. So I have a goal of trying to read more, because I have stacks of books downstairs that I've been intending to read for years. Stacks of books, a series of books, all kinds of stuff like that. For Magical Stitches, every year they pick a book series and they read it. Well, I've been in that for a couple of years now, so I have those book series and I haven't finished them. So I'm also reading the Outlander books. So what I'd like some input from you guys. Would you guys like me to include a BookTube segment on my FlossTube videos where I talk about what I'm reading? Or would you rather me kind of do a separate little video about what I'm reading and what I want to read? Because I'm hoping to get more reading in. I haven't done enough reading in the last couple of years, and I'm hoping to get more done. I finished a couple of books so far this year, and I'm really enjoying it. So I need to get into reading. That being said, please let me know down below what you would recommend I do. Do I add a BookTube segment here on my FlossTube video, or do I do a separate BookTube video? So a couple of choices, or if you have any other suggestions, just let me know. But I wanted to talk to you a little bit about that. Oh, before I get into that though, let me do a little bit of haul, because I forgot about it. I'm in the Bee Stitch Me Fabric of the Month. Hold on just a minute, please. Sorry about that. I had to talk to my husband about dinner plans for tonight. So, all right. So I was getting ready to tell you, if you watch my videos, you know that I am in the Bee Stitch Me Fabric of the Month. We have the August Fabric of the Month that we just got. It's called Jack-o'-lantern. I think I might have, oh, that's actually a really good representation of the color of Jack-o'-lantern. But I think we've actually got, I think I might actually have some of this. This is a piece of 40 count Verdal, even weave, quarter yarn. And then we got the autumn issue of Just Cross Stitch magazine in. Carolyn Zook from C Zook Stitch, who is also the main kind of brainchild behind the Magazine Monthly Challenge Facebook stitching group. She does a really good walkthrough of the magazines that she subscribes to, including Just Cross Stitch. So if you'd like to see a full walkthrough of the magazine, I encourage you to go to Zook Stitch here on YouTube and see if she's uploaded her walkthrough of the magazine just yet. But there are quite a few really cute patterns in here that I kind of wanted to show you. This one is called Fall Blocks. I thought these would be really cute to stitch on perforated paper. I think those are really cute. The next one is called Autumn Ablaze. This is a full coverage piece. Look how beautiful that is, you guys. Purples and blues, oranges. I flagged quite a few things in here because there's quite a few. This one is called Oak Tree Treasures. I covered up the patterns for you, but look at these leaves. I like the plaid leaves. Plaid leaves. This one is called Autumn Squared. I don't know if they have spring, summer, and fall. I'll have to look them up. Does it say? It says the cozy vibe of sweater weather and a pumpkin spice latte will always be in style. But I thought that was cute. Autumn Squared. Sorry, you can hear my husband talking to the neighbor. Look at these sheep called woolly stitches. The sheep are really cute. This one is called Fly Agaric. Fly Agaric is a type of mushroom, apparently. It just pops on that blue fabric. Then you have Fox in the Hollow. Really cute. This one, Season of Thanks. If I stitch this one, I'm only going to stitch the bottom part with the house, the tree, and the turkey, and then Season of Thanks. So I'll probably leave off the letters and the numbers. I'm not really a sampler person, but I think that's would be a really pretty piece on its own. And then this one is really cute. This is a Halloween stitch in here. It says Jack Takes Flight. Look at this hot air balloon, you guys. Hot air balloon. I think it'd be kind of fun to go up on a hot air balloon ride. That's on my bucket list. Go up on a hot air balloon ride. Doesn't necessarily have to be like a long trip. I just want to go up in a hot air balloon and see how it feels. And then this last one is a pair. The second one is coming out in the Christmas 2025 issue. This is called A Folkmas Holiday #1. Look at that. Look at the fox. Isn't that cute? Really cute. So the second one is coming out in the Christmas issue. So those are that. And you Stitch Me Jack-o'-lantern. All right. Kind of forgot what I was going to talk to you about. Anyway, kind of forgot what I was going to talk to you, what I was going to continue talking to you about. Oh, books. I was going to get into books. So, here we go. All right. So, I really, one of my favorite authors, and I've met her, and she's wonderful, is Diana Gabaldon. If you have watched Stars, you know there is a series called the Outlander series. Diana Gabaldon, and that is how you say her name. It's not Gabaldon, it's not Gabaldon, it's Gabaldon, like stone. Gabaldon, like stone. She has the Outlander books. I am currently reading Written in My Own Heart's Blood. I don't know, off the top of my head, I don't know what... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This is book number 8 out of 9. This is book 8 out of 9. And I am not very far into it, but I haven't read it in more than 6 months. I haven't done any reading in this in more than 6 months. So I'll probably be restarting this. This is my first read through the book. I think books numbers 1 through 5 or 1 through 6, I've read at least 3 or 4 times each, because every time a new book came out, I was rereading the series. So I have read the books 1 through 5 at least 3 or 4 times each. minimum. And this is the 8th book, and I haven't read this one fully yet. So I have a lot of catching up to do, which is one of the reasons why I'm trying to figure out if I'm doing a booktube to kind of go through the books. But I took the dust jacket off of these because I don't want the dust jacket to get messed up. I keep this by my side of the bed, and I read at night before I go to sleep. So I am currently in the process of reading this. I might actually just start it over so I can start this book from the beginning and go through it, because it has been, actually it's been closer to a year since I've read any of this book. So I need to get back into my reading, but this is on my needing to be read finished books. And then I just recently started the Pumpkin Spice Cafe. This is Lori Gilmore, and I think it's a kind of a cozy romance. And pumpkin season, you guys, it's getting into the fall, so I've got 4 of the 5 books, or 3 of the 4 books in her series to read. This is the first book in the series, so I'm just starting to read Lori Gilmore. I'm enjoying this. I just started this like last week, and I'm really enjoying it. It's a pretty fast read. I can read 2 or 3 chapters a night, so it's a pretty fast read so far. Really enjoying this. Kind of enjoying the storyline, and if the rest of the books read as fast as this one is, I think I'm going to really like her. So this is Pumpkin Spice Cafe by Lori Gilmore. And then a to-be-read book. This is for the Crafts and Books Facebook group. Their reading book for the month is The Very Secret Society of Irregular Witches. I picked this up from BJ's the other night when we were shopping on Friday night. They had this pretty cheap, $12.50. And you get an additional little discount for the books. This is by Sangu Mandana, and this was recommended by one of the ladies on BookTube here on YouTube that I've been watching. She has a list of spooky books and witchy books and fall books and stuff that she's been going through, and this is on her has read list, and she recommends this book a lot. So since this is part of the Crafts and Books Facebook group read along for September, and they're getting together to watch this. This is on my immediately to read book list. So I have bunches of books to get on there. This is the first book by this author that I'm reading, so hopefully it's not part of a series and I'm jumping in like the 3rd book into the series. So anyway, if you're interested in learning more about books that I'm reading, I'm just kind of getting into reading, and I'm also trying to see, my husband has an old Kindle that he's no longer using, that I am kind of also trying to see if I really like reading ebooks. I kind of like the tactile feeling of reading a real book, so I haven't actually sat down to read a lot of ebooks yet. I'm hoping to change that maybe. Also, I don't know if I can really get into audiobooks either. I'm going to be trying it over the next several months, listening at work and just listening in general, maybe listening as I stitch to some, oh, excuse me, I just got the hiccups, listening to audiobooks, but I don't know how that's going to go over. So anyway, please let me know down below if I should continue to include booktube segments here, it's kind of scattered amongst my FlossTube videos, or if I should just make them separate, because they're going to be pretty quick, just little blurbs like that, which kind of leads me to believe that maybe just attaching them to the end of my FlossTube videos would be a good idea. But anyway, I'm hoping to get more reading done. So I have some ideas for some different reading challenges that I can do. I thought it might be kind of fun. You know, I'm reading the Pumpkin Spice Cafe book. Seeing if I could, does this book have a playlist? Yes. Oh, this one has a playlist. So some of the books, they publish song playlists. So this one has a song playlist. What I could probably do, one of the things I was thinking of doing is if a song has a published playlist, taking a cross stitch piece that I'm working on for the month. Look. Autumn drinks. Pumpkin Spice Cafe with a playlist. Doing a challenge. If anybody wants to do this challenge with me and they're looking at reading a book, let's make this a challenge, you guys. I'm gonna challenge you. We're gonna read the Pumpkin Spice Cafe this month. How long it takes you to read it. You're gonna take the playlist in the front of the book. I don't know if the ebooks have the playlist in the front. You're gonna take the playlist. If you need the playlist, let me know. If you need the playlist, let me know. I will type up the playlist or put the playlist out there somewhere. So we are going to do the playlist. I will hold this up for you. Maybe. There we go. So you can pause the video and get the playlist. There's the playlist, okay? I am going to be stitching the length of the songs on Autumn Drinks for the Pumpkin Spice Cafe. We are doing the playlist, all right? I'm going to hold this up to get the thumbnail. So this is what we're doing. We're reading the Pumpkin Spice Cafe by Lori Gilmore. Pumpkin Spice Cafe by Lori Gilmore, and we're stitching Autumn Drinks by Shannon Christine Designs. So let's make this a thumbnail. Let's make this a thumbnail. I'll do this. Okay, we'll make this a thumbnail. That's what we're doing. I'm going to be stitching the playlist. So that is my thing. So let's do our own little reading thing, you guys. If you're interested in joining me, doing the Pumpkin Spice Cafe and stitching Autumn Drinks. So we will do that. I will put that on my thing. And we will do the playlist for this. You can choose to listen to the playlist. Let me know if you create it on Spotify or wherever you happen to create playlists. And we will do this together. So yeah, let's do that. And let me know if you are interested in me making BookTube part of my FlossTube videos, and maybe I can kind of combine them and say, this is the book I'm reading, this is the playlist. I found a playlist. Here's the playlist. Let's stitch the songs and stitch this project, or stitch a themed project. So I would offer Pumpkin Spice Cafe, stitch anything pumpkin, anything coffee shop, anything pumpkin, anything fall spice. Pumpkin, fall spice, coffee shop. Okay, let's offer that. All right, so that is basically everything I have for you. I will cut it here. This is going to be about an hour and 15 minutes or so. I'm kind of glad I split my Camp Gotta Stitch wrap-up video separate for you, because that one's going to be a little over an hour. This one's a little over an hour. So you get 2 hours of me today. Wow, 2 hours of me, more than 2 hours of me today. Plus, I have a diamond painting video to share with you, because not only am I stitching, but I am stitching diamond painting. So starting today, there are 2 diamond painting events that I am participating in that I will be talking to you in a separate video about here momentarily. But I will be doing a separate video with my diamond painting events, because I haven't done an actual physical true diamond painting only video since last year sometime. So I'm well overdue for a diamond painting video. So I will be talking to you about those 2 diamond painting events in the diamond painting tube video coming up. And you'll get that later tonight. I have a lot of videos to record today. And yeah, one other thing, something that I'm all into, where'd it go? It fell on the floor. I did want to show you this because it's kind of diamond painting related. It's diamond painting adjacent, but not really diamond painting. There is a new kind of diamond painting adjacent craft called pixel sticker art, P-I-X-E-L, pixel sticker art. And it's basically where you take a picture. I'll show you this. You take a picture or a canvas, and you have little stickers, and you put the stickers on the canvas, the square stickers on the canvas to make the picture. I saw these at Michael's, and I got one to try out because I found this Canadian company called Pixels, Pixyls, that sell kits. They sell various size kits, and they're in Canada. They have, what was that, Mousy? Sorry about that. They have advent calendars. They have an October advent calendar that I ordered before mid-August, and I ordered the October advent calendar. Then they came through and they said that the people in the United States that ordered the advent calendars for October, there is a chance that we may not be getting them because of the tariffs that the administration is imposing on every shipment now below $800. I think it's $800. And so the advent calendar was the only thing on my order. So they were going to try and, if you ordered other stuff to go with your calendar, they were going to try and send out the other stuff before the tariffs changed. By the end of August, they were going to try and send out everything they could except for the advent calendars. And they also said that we probably wouldn't be able to get the advent calendars because of the tariffs. I don't know if we can change that, or if anything will change in the next month, this month, so we can get the advent calendar for October. But I'm hoping to get the Pixels advent calendar from Pixels. I think it's pixyls.ca. But they're pixel sticker art. So at Michael's, Michael has these little pixel sticker art kits. Almost upside down. And they're by Recollections, which is their company. But they have these little pixel sticker art kits. So in these kits, you get 4 little pictures, and then you get the sticker sheets. And you just put the colors of this. You just put the stickers on the sheets. So it's pretty much exactly like diamond painting, only stickers. And there's no mess. You don't have to worry about drills getting everywhere. So I'm like, yeah, this would actually be really, really good for me to take camping with me. Your kits also come with really sharp tweezers, because that's how you put your stickers on the thing. And I have started this one. This one is just an abstract, but you can see I've started putting the stickers on the thing. So yeah, it's just a kind of a diamond painting adjacent kit. So I have this abstract kit. I also picked up another kit about 2 weeks ago that has sunsets. So like we have these sunset pictures to do. It's upside, there we go, sunsets. Sorry, you can't see that. But there's sunset pictures to do with the sticker sheets. So you have all these colors of stickers to put on there. They're numbered. So you just go to that number and pull off that sticker and stick it to your thing. And then my husband and I, we were at Michael's yesterday, and I found their pixel sticker art kits on clearance for $3. They're normally $7, $6.99. They retail for $6.99. Yep. They were on clearance for $3. So I got the mushrooms. I got the mountain landscapes. One of them is an aurora borealis. And I got the flowers, books, and swans. So yeah. So it comes with the boards, comes with the instructions on what to do, and you get the tweezers. So I now have 1, 2, 3, I have 5 pairs of really sharp tweezers. They're pretty sharp. So something I'm going to add, I have these photo boxes that I'm going to be keeping them all in. So this is how it's going to travel with me wherever I go. taking it camping with me. It's going to be a nice craft to have camping because I don't have to worry about a big mess. Yeah, so I just think this is a very much a diamond painting adjacent thing. So there's that. So starting a new craft, I'm always looking at starting new things. I'm just kind of getting into a bunch of stuff. And I have some finishing to do. So if I finish anything in the next month, I'm hoping to get some finishing done for some cross-stitch stuff so I can display them for the fall and for Halloween. And then lots of stuff. So I have lots of stuff going on. Anyway, that is all I have for you. Thank you very much for stopping by. If you're interested, join me in the Pumpkin Spice Cafe playlist stitch along. I will be, if you need the playlist, please reach out. I'm probably going to, if I remember, put it in the description below, but I will be stitching the length of the songs. It's up to you if you find extended versions of the songs to stitch, but I will be doing pumpkin, fall, spice, coffee shop stitching for the Pumpkin Spice Cafe. So join me with that, and we will see you next video, next cross stitch video, or next whatever video. But again, I have a diamond painting video coming up, and we'll get that uploaded tonight. Hopefully we'll get the next video uploaded and or edited. The first video for the Camp Gotta Stitch edited and uploaded for you, and we'll see you soon. Take care. Keep your head up and keep moving forward. But because that's really all we can do. Support each other, love each other. Love is love. You're loved here. You belong here. I cherish you. I cherish my friendships with you. And just enjoy the fall. Enjoy your pumpkin spice stuff. And take care. Be like Snoopy and jump in the piles of leaves. All right. So take care, everybody, and we'll see you soon. Bye.